In the world of Volkswagen vans, the new kid on the block, the retro electric ID. Buzz Cargo, has been grabbing all the attention of late. But now, the German brand's original van hero is back. This is the 7th generation Volkswagen Transporter, and this is what you need to know about it. The van market in Australia has become incredibly competitive in recent years, and in some respects, Volkswagen has been left behind by its rivals. So, the German brand has teamed up with Ford to produce this new generation Transporter on a shared platform with the Transit Custom. This has allowed the two automotive juggernauts to pool resources, so the Transporter launches with both diesel and electric powertrains, with a plug-in hybrid set to be added in 2026. There's also a variety of body styles to choose from: van in both standard and long wheelbase, crew van in both wheelbases, and a long wheelbase dual cab. The pricing is a long and complicated list with so many variants, but the key models in the lineup will be the classic van, so that's what we'll be focused on for this review. But if you do want more details and specifications and pricing of the wider transport range, make sure you read my in-depth written review at carsguide.com.au. Design, at least from an aesthetic perspective, is not all that important in the commercial van market, and obviously the new Transporter does have some shared DNA, shall we say, with the Ford Transit Custom, but this is most definitely not a badge engineering exercise. Yes, the Volkswagen badge is loud and proud on the front, but it also is distinctively a Volkswagen. It looks very much like an evolution of the Transporter across the years, and it very much fits within the family styling dynamic of modern Volkswagens. What's really important from a design perspective, though, is what's back here. And Volkswagen has really made an effort to create a more practical, more user-friendly Transporter. Both the standard wheelbase and the long wheelbase have a longer floor that actually gets a standard plastic covering, but in general, it's a blank canvas for whatever you need, depending on your specific needs as a whatever. You're an electrician, you're a plumber, you're a sparky, you're a delivery driver, whatever it is, Volkswagen is trying to cater to as many people as possible. They've even gone out and created a partnership with an aftermarket supplier where you can, from the Volkswagen website, directly order a custom shelving effectively. So if depending on what you need, you can pop it in there, order it directly from the factory, have it as part of your finance, and it gets covered under warranty. So they really are trying to make sure that this appeals to as broad a people as possible, regardless of what they actually need a Transporter for. From both a design and a practicality perspective, Volkswagen, I think, has done a pretty good job with the cabin. For starters, they have added, the more modern technology. We've got a digital instrument panel. We've got a large 13-inch multimedia display screen. It does sit quite proudly above the dashboard. But overall, you've got all the practical elements that you need. You've got this shelf up the top here. You've got a couple of very large door pockets. You've got cup holders, bottle holders, all spread around the cabin. You've got USB-C chargers and USB-A charger here. You've got USB-C chargers up here in case you need to have, other equipment on the go all day. And then you've also got space for three. It's not the roomiest of cabin with three in aboard, but it's not super squeezy. These seats are quite upright though. They are quite firm and quite upright because obviously you've got the divider here to the tray. So overall though, I think for what you're looking for in a van, the aspects that are important, that practicality, but also having a bit more user friendliness and that modern technology that people also need, it does tick those boxes. As mentioned earlier, Volkswagen has been able to diversify the Transporter for now and into the future, which means the choice of diesel, electric and plug-in hybrid. Despite the electrified editions, the most popular choice for buyers is overwhelmingly going to be the turbo diesel. The 2-litre 4-cylinder unit makes 125 kilowatts of power and 390 newton meters of torque and is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's available with either front-wheel drive or Volkswagen's 4Motion all-wheel drive setup. The e-Transporter is rear-wheel drive only and has a single-speed gearbox attached to its 210 kilowatt, 415 newton meter electric motor. Now the PHEV isn't here yet, but when it does arrive, Volkswagen has confirmed it will be producing 171 kilowatts of power. Fuel economy for the diesel is rated at 7.9 litres per 100 Ks for the 2-wheel drive variant, and it rises to 8.4 litres per 100 Ks for the 4Motion. Our test drive was limited, so we couldn't get a fair real-world fuel figure, But if you can hit those claims, with its 70-litre fuel tank, it has a theoretical driving range of just over 880 kilometres for the two-wheel drive and over 830 kilometres for the 4Motion, which should be enough to get even the more active delivery drivers through a few days. As for the e-Transporter, Volkswagen claims a driving range of 330 kilometres with 125 kilowatt DC charging able to replenish the battery from 10 to 80% in just 38 minutes. Volkswagen is confident that this should be enough to appeal to those back-to-base style operators looking to cut fuel costs and emissions. As for how it drives, well, obviously you do know that you are driving a big van. It's not small, it doesn't hide its size, but it does do a pretty good job in terms of how it actually performs. So you can navigate through, frankly, some pretty narrow traffic in downtown Sydney. I'm currently driving the diesel, so you may or may not hear. Frankly, I think it does a good job. It's got good pickup, good performance. It's relatively refined. I am driving it without any cargo in the back. You know, if you had 500 kilos of weight, is it going to make a difference? Yes, but I do think it feels quite strong for what it is. So, and it's surprisingly quiet, to be honest. It is surprisingly quiet. At urban speeds, it feels quite fun. There's not a lot of road noise coming in, a lot of wind noise. It's a fairly pleasant place to be. It doesn't feel like the old, cheap, nasty work vans that you used to have, used to be saddled with. The ride, again, is pretty good. It's unladen, so we don't know what it's like with a big bunch of weight in the back. But overall, I think it does a good job around town. Like I say, it's easy to navigate. The steering is nice and direct. And so I think at least the diesel version will be what a lot of people, a lot of tradies or whoever, delivery people, what they're looking for. It's an easy, comfortable, van to live with. As for safety, to be blunt, this is an area that was previously overlooked, not just by car makers, but even the safety authorities. Given that vans like the Transporter are on the road more than your average family car, it's important to keep everyone safe. There is no ANCAP score for the new Transporter yet, and the safety authorities haven't crash tested the Ford Transit Custom yet either, so we don't even have a vague idea. So there is clearly still some work to do before commercial vans get the same level of attention as passenger cars. Volkswagen has provided the Transporter with both front and curtain airbags to protect the occupants, and there's also a rear view camera, plus there's a range of active safety items including front assist with cross-traffic alert and adaptive cruise control. As for its ownership credentials, Volkswagen says both the Transporter and the e-Transporter require servicing annually or every 30,000 Ks, whichever comes first. The diesel is significantly more expensive to service, with even the cheapest visit costing $670 and the most expensive $892. Over the first 5 years, the Transporter will cost $3,880 to maintain. By contrast, the e-Transporter costs $410 for every visit, except for the 90,000 K major checkup, which is $496. So over those 5 years, it'll cost you $2,136 to service. While Volkswagen has an expansive national network of dealers for servicing and a history with commercial vehicles, that's not actually a big advantage over its key rivals in this market, Toyota, Ford and Hyundai, who can all boast the same. So, has Volkswagen done enough with the new Transporter to win back ground against the likes of the Hi-Ace, Transit Custom and Staria Load in what has become an incredibly competitive commercial van contest? Based on our initial test drive of the Transporter, it's safe to say Volkswagen has a good chance of regaining some lost ground. But it won't be easy because there isn't any particular area where the Transporter really sets itself apart from the competition. But it is a pleasant van to drive with a roomy, modern cabin and a competitive cargo area. The e-Transporter provides an alternative choice for a small audience, but the real opportunity for Volkswagen will come when the plug-in hybrid arrives in 2026. That has the potential to really create some difference between itself and the likes of Toyota and Hyundai. For now, though, the new Transporter is a welcome return for commercial customers looking for a van with a touch of class. Now, if you want to know more about the Volkswagen Transporter, make sure you read my in-depth written review at carsguide.com.au.